How's everybody doing today? My name's Crypto Corey. I love all things crypto, and today is just another day. Seems like crypto's doing a little bit of a recovery, but it seems like the NFT market is starting to take a little bit of a dip. Not so much the NFT as a whole, but maybe in the Veve app, I'm seeing people worry about the selling off, and people are just selling off as fast as possible. So I'm here just to give you some calm and collection. So I tried to get all the drops today. Did not get any of the drops, but I did get the comic book on a rebound. I did not get the stamp collection. I tried to get the rebound also, but I just figured it was such a little amount for $120. It was gonna be difficult to get. This is just a good time for us just to kind of chat a little bit about your positions in Veve, and I want to give you assurance that you're early. I don't want you to think that we're gonna have our crypto winter with NFTs, like an NFT winter, and then some of these NFTs are gonna fail, some of these NFTs won't fail. I do think that as a whole, especially when you look at things like the Master Collector Program, especially when that rolls out, you're gonna see all the NFTs. The floor price of all NFTs will raise. Excuse me, there's tons of sun everywhere and stuff, and it's kind of getting half my face in and out. But when I think about my NFTs, I had about 100, now I've got about 80, just because I sold some to get a Steamboat Willie, which Steamboat Willie's gone down from when I bought him. I bought him for $960. He's hovering around 900. But a lot of people might worry about something like that, maybe panic sell, or maybe you got him on the drop for a drop price, and then now you saw that drop from like 1,000, a little over 1,000, down to now 900. So you're getting worried. I would just say, just huddle. There's a lot to be said for if you sell something at a profit to get gems, and then use those gems to buy something you think is going to go up even more in value. That makes sense. But to sell right now using escrow, using a middleman, and using PayPal or something like that, it's just you're not getting the deal that you think you're going to get. You're going to sell these things, and they're going to be a 25% discount, and it's just no one wins in that. I mean, except for the person who bought it for a discounted price. That person definitely won. So I just want you to understand that we can't just cash out. And I would recommend, don't cash out until you can cash out. And I'm not going to cash out even when I can. When the MTL happens, when I can take these and stick them on a different exchange and sell them for Ethereum or for OMI or whatever, when that all happens, I'm still not selling. I'll be in buy mode probably for the remainder of 2022. I may not do as often of buys. I'm not really, so beforehand, if I didn't get the drop, I would buy it in the market as fast as possible for a cheap price, and if I couldn't get it, I would wait about half a week and then buy it after it went back down. And I was doing that for so many drops that I wasn't getting, and I used to get every drop, and then it went down. I got about 75% of the drops. Then about a month ago, I was getting 50% of the drops. Now it's looking like I'm getting about 10%. I'm not really getting a whole lot of drops anymore. But I'm not buying a bunch of these NFTs anymore. I'm not buying every single comic book that comes out. I'm not buying every single collectible that comes out. I'm just buying the ones that I think are gonna be S tier or A tiers, and then I'm willing to sell a few of my C's and D's and B's to get an A or an S, which I don't necessarily think I've got. Maybe C3PO's an S tier. A lot of people think that the Coca-Cola Secret Rare, that's an S tier. I think those are both A tiers. I think when you're talking about S tiers, you're talking about the partner statue, talking about Spider-Man, you're talking about the big dogs, Todd, those are the S tiers. And I'm hearing a lot of people getting on and speculating that they think these things in like 5-something, 10-something years are going to be like the golden moments. They think each one's going to be worth $1 million. Well, that sounds great. I'd love that. I'm not arguing $1 million C3PO. I'm not arguing $1 million partner statue. I wish I had a partner statue. But one thing I want you to do is just, when you hear a lot of these hype stuff and it makes you want to buy into the app, that's great, that's fine. Don't FOMO in on a high price, but just understand right now there's not a whole lot of FOMO that can actually be had. If you buy any of these things right now, even if they go down in price, we're inside the first 2 years of the Veve app. We have not made it to a second year yet. We've just finished our first year whenever Edo was released. And I was only in the app for about 4 or 5 months then. I've been in the app since last August. So I haven't even been in the app a year yet. That's just things to keep in mind. Is this is a brand new space? NFT marketplaces are brand new. You're going to see a lot of them fail because, you can't do anything with the NFTs. Like, we could at least bare minimum take our comic books, put them on AR, and it's just pretty cool. I mean, we'll have a Veve-verse in the future. Gamification is probably around the corner for things like Marvel Mighties. We're going to get Pokemon. Just plain and simple. Pokemon's going to happen. I want to give you some assurance to not just go in and try to find an escrow to sell everything and cash out, or maybe sell for gems thinking you can sell your gems off. I think it's a safer, healthier bet for you to hold these things for the long term. I like to say 5 years. I don't necessarily think 5 years is how long you need to hold them. You can hold them less than that or more. But just, it's do what's right for you, but don't FOMO out of a market once you start seeing your NFTs drop in price. That could just be that they peaked and you had them, and when that peak happened, all of a sudden you're like, oh, well, I can sell it. And what if you sell it and it dropped down 20%, and then you sold it for 10% less, not 20, and then it goes down to that 20% where you think you'd buy in, but then in reality what happens, you think it's going to go down further, then it goes back up, and you could be buying back at the same amount, or you could be buying back, where you don't make as much money. You could have just gotten feed to death. Not to mention, every time you sell one of these NFTs for gems, you are creating a taxable event where they can tax you anywhere between 10 and 20%, depending on your tax bracket, I believe. That's a capital gains tax. I'm just assuming a 15% tax. That's on top of whatever tax the Veve has, which is 2% to 10%, depending on what type of collectible you have. So when I'm thinking about selling, even just to sell in order to buy more NFTs, the last thing I want to do is create a large quantity of taxable events that I have to pay later on, and I have yet to sell anything for actual money. I don't want that. I want to be able to afford my stuff and hold them for as long as humanly possible while the market goes up. Now, what I will say as a consolation, I'm not betting, my life savings. I'm betting just normal money that I've got sitting on the sidelines here and there. And I've got other investments. So if this were to just tank and go to zero, I'm going to be okay with that. I'm going to allow that to happen. A good thing to look at is Amazon. So Amazon, during the 9/11 time frame, that whole .com bubble crash, it dropped down like 90-something%. So you got to think, Amazon, big dog Amazon, dropped down almost to zero. Not zero, but dropped down to literally almost nothing, and then went from there. And that happened over a 2-year period. So this wasn't a drop that happened all of a sudden and recovered a few months later. In 2 years' time, it got cut over 90%. And then, proceeding the next 10 years, we now have one of the most valuable assets with the second richest man in the world. And, he didn't sell his shares. So I would urge you to just calm down. Don't FOMO out. Maybe buy more. Sometimes when in doubt, buy more out. Just go get more. And that's kind of been my motto when I've been worried about the marketplace. And I've seen prices drop. I just went in and bought some. I was like, what? Maybe I'll just use this opportunity to buy things at a cheaper rate. Maybe they'll go down. Maybe they'll go up. I don't know. But this is a very speculative asset. These are not sure things. They're very risky, and you need to be prepared for anything that can happen. Of course, nothing I say is financial advice. I'm Crypto Corey. Thank you for joining me today. If you could, please subscribe to the channel, click the like on the video, and I will catch you on the next one. Have a good day, Veve fam. OMI Homies, see you later.